Hi everyone. Today we will discuss about what is schema on read in Spark. Okay, so I have written some code here. It's very simple. Like we are just reading our data from a particular file. Okay, we have this customer.csv file. Okay, and we are reading this file. And yeah, so I have created a Spark session, and this we will talk about the schema design. For now, I am to just put it on comment. Okay, and we are reading our data from this file for at the initial stage we are using info schema property to find out what is schema of that particular file. Okay, so and after that we are just printing the schema and we are showing our data. So let's see how our data looks, and like what are the different columns over there, like how many columns are there. Like a Spark is finding out like schema for that. Okay, so it is inferring the schema of that particular file. Okay, so let's see the output. Okay, so you're able to see this that it has about 9 columns. Okay, and this is the data. Okay, so Spark is finding out the schema of it is the schema of that particular file, and it's showing us the data in that particular file with the help of the schema. Okay, so the schema is on top of it, like our data is present in sdfs or some other storage, but whatever the schema we put on that particular data or raw data, our data will be visible in the form of that particular schema only. Okay, like our data is in sdfs or any data storage. Okay, it suppose it contains about 9 columns now, and we have put, I mean, Spark itself has inferred the schema so that it contains 9 columns, and we are able to see our data in the form of 9 columns. But if we are putting our own schema on it, like we are own designing the schema and we are just putting that particular schema on that particular data, that time what will happen? Okay, so let's say about it, like what it happens if we are just putting a schema of just 2 columns or 3 columns like that only. Okay, so what happens? It will show us data or not? Definitely it will show us data, because this framework or this Spark or Hive, whatever we talk about, like they are schema on rate. Okay, like this thing also happens in case of Hive also, because our data was present in sdfs and we are trying to make a structure, and make a structure means schema, like we are designing the structure and just putting that structure on top of that particular data, so that our data should be visible in that form. Okay, same like that we are thinking here that we have to create one schema, one structure for it, and we are putting on that particular data. So let's see how it works. Okay, so as I said, we are designing the schema, so I had designed the schema. Okay, so as a developer we had to design the schema, and I had specified that column 1 and column 2. I just want column 1 and column 2. Okay, and early we are inferring the schema, but not now. I'll keep it in comment now, and I will open this one schema, and we are taking this schema from here. Okay, so let's see now the what will be the output here. Okay, so here is our output, and we are able to see just 2 columns here. Okay, first time what we have done, df dot print schema, and later on df dot show. So early it was a print schema. So we are able to see here just with two columns, like we had specified in our schema. We had already designed a schema that we want just column 1 and column 2, okay, and data in it, okay. So we are able to see this schema here, like column 1 and column 2. That column 1 has integer data type and column 2 has string data type, okay. And whatever the data in it are being displayed here, okay. So what we are doing here, we are just putting our schema, okay, we are just designing our schema or structure, okay, and just putting on that particular data, so that our data should be visible in the form of that particular schema. It is known as schema on read, okay. Like while reading, we are putting our schema on that, and we are able to see our data in the form of that particular schema. That is the only concept of schema on read. So the platforms like Apache Hive and Apache Spark, these both works on like schema on read, because most of the times, like it will, whenever you are reading, whenever you are trying to read some data, okay, if you are providing your own schema, that time your data will be presented or visible in the form of that particular schema only, okay, whenever you are trying to have your data in the form of particular schema, okay. So these hives and sparks, these all works on schema on read, okay. But like it is like in case of schema on read, you are not like they are not designed of rules like constants like that only, which is in case of database, okay. Not here. We are not bound to constant here. Like we have our data anywhere, like any storage or any distributed storage, and we are providing or we are putting just a structure on it to visualize our data in the form of that structure. So this is the concept of the schema on read. This is all about schema. Thank you.